Hi everyone, I am back with another process video where I'm doing another page in my one little word album. Just showing you the album there, and here I'm just showing you that I already pulled some stuff out of that little bin I've been working on, or sorry, it's a big bin full of stuff I need to use up. And I'm just showing you a couple of things that I pulled out. I'm going to use those vellum envelopes from Studio Calico. I've had them for a little while. They're really pretty, and I want to use them up. And I've seen several ideas since the beginning of the year of what people have done with their goals and resolutions for 2015. And I saw someone had done I think I've seen a couple people do like pockets where they put what their goals are going to be. So I loved that idea, so I was clinging on to that for a while. I knew I was going to end up using these for that, and it just happens that it's going to end up in my one little word album. And I have this big sheet of, well, it's not big, but there's a lot of stuff on there of gold rub-ons from, I believe it's My Mind's Eye, the Jubilee collection. I'm going to use a bunch of that on here. I love these rub-ons too. They're very nice. They're super thick. They don't stick to things if they happen to, like, you know, catch on something, unless it's, you know, I don't know, sits there for a long time maybe, but otherwise they're pretty good rub-ons. They come off very nicely. I play around a lot with those pockets, trying to determine if I'm going to have them go straight across the two pages, or can I have them go one high, one low, one high, one low. And then I'm going to put the hearts on the other side. There I'm just showing the 4 different categories that I have. The yellow being the relationships, brown being mind, orange being body, and then green being finances. And there's several things on this rub-on sheet that happen to sort of relate to those categories, so I'm going to try to keep them, you know, keep them for those particular pockets. So like the bike will go on the body. And then I've got, you know, the hearts will be near the relationship pocket. And then I never use diamonds for anything, but I thought, I don't know, that's a lot of money, so I don't know. Just put them on the green for the finances. I didn't have anything for the envelope or the pocket for mind, and so I do a little bit of digging around trying to find something for that. I have a lot of that open book collection. You would think that I would be able to find some kind of a book icon, but I could not find any left. And I don't think there really was that many unless I wanted to cut from the actual pattern paper. Here I am playing around trying to figure out how I want those pockets to lay, and I just decide I'm just going to put them straight across. So I'm laid the yellow one down, laid the brown one down. I'm going to go make sure it matches up from each side and lay the other 2 down. I love the way those colors look on the paper. And again, I realized my one light wasn't on, so I turned that on. Now it's really bright. I'm just going through the pile of stuff that I had pulled out. Those hearts actually look really good with the colors on there, but I don't end up using any of those. Now I'm looking for letters that I can use to write out those words, the relationships, mind, body, and finances. I was going to go with these black tile letters because I really like those, but I end up wanting something that stands out a little bit more. So I was getting ready to go use those, and I ended up changing my mind. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I'm off trying to find, yep, there. I went and found some thickers. So here's some brown kind of wood grain thickers that looks like I've hardly used any of, if at all. So I'm going to use that for the word body because it's a smaller word. And then I'm also able to use it for the word mind because that's also smaller, so it'll fit on there. And then I have to find something else for the larger words. The letters for those thickers are a little wonky. Some of them are real thin, and some of them are thick. Like the B for body is real thin, and then the rest of the letters are real thick. I'm not sure what they're called. I've had them in my stash for quite a while. So they fit really well in those sections. I have no idea what, oh, I was looking for my tweezer, which I love to use when I'm placing lots of things, not just letters, but anything I can use my tweezer for, I use it because I like to see how it looks before I place it down. Plus I always feel like my fingers are just in the way when I'm trying to place things down. And then I have these Creative Memories stickers. They're really thin. I'm surprised they don't constantly rip when you try to take them off the sheet, but they do pretty well. And I have bought a bunch of them a couple years ago when I did, when I was at a crop, and she was trying to get rid of not just the letter stickers, but also the envelopes that went in with them, and or that she had them in. And I really liked the envelopes, and I was like, well, you know, I always can use letter stickers. And she said to me, any of those folders that get empty, like due to purchases, you can go ahead and have them. So there was, I think, 2 of them where it had almost all black letters and I think some blue and red. And so I just went ahead and bought those colors letter stickers, and I was able to get the envelopes. And now I'm just showing you, I went ahead and grabbed some tabs that I get from my Scraptastic kits. We always get tabs in a color that correlates to the kit, and I went ahead and put those on top of the cards that I cut out and rounded the corners on. And I'm putting that bike down on the envelope for body. And I know there are certain sections of this process that gets cut out just because, you know, it's a little mind-numbing. Like, who wants to really watch me cut those cards into rectangles and round the corners? So, and I think all the writing I do, there's a lot of writing that gets done on this page. I end up doing that off camera. But basically for so I do a little bit of journaling under, next to those hearts and under mind, and the journaling is just basically saying that I decided this year that I needed the word, you know, the word is discipline, and I have areas that I need to focus on, but I don't need to make a big deal out of any one of them. They're just little things that I want to do. So it's not that big of a deal that I have 4 different categories that I'm looking at. So like with relationships, my biggest thing is I want to make sure that I am being timely with things like birthday cards and things like that for my boyfriend's mom, because, you know, my mom's no longer around, and neither one of our dads are, and, you know, his grandparents are getting older, and we just went to a funeral actually for one of his grandparents, and it was really sad, and we don't get to see them very often because they live out of state. So I just want to be timely and try to have a little bit more connection with her. So that was a big piece of that. And then also I have a pen pal through this process, and so I'm trying to build relationships that way. I feel pretty good about the friendship group that I have, and I'm really close to my family, so it's just those little relationships that I would like to work on. And then, let's see, what did I miss? I'm just putting some rub-on stars down, and there's where I did the journaling about it not being that big of a deal to have the 4 different categories. Mind is all about, all I want to do is read more books this year. Instead of spending time playing Facebook games, which I get really addicted to, I'm not allowing myself to play the games when I go to bed. I have to be reading a book, and that's the discipline part. I don't allow myself to do it. Body, I have a few things I'm focusing on there. And here I'm showing you that, you know, I did all the writing and everything, just kind of where it's at this point. And I'm going to put the word discipline up top. So, okay, I was talking about body. So mostly I have a few things I want to work on there, and it is about moving more. It's about losing weight, of course, but it's really just about making sure I focus the whole year on it and really being disciplined about, you know, each week I need to be exercising and planning my foods and things like that. And then finances is just, it's really not a huge deal. It's more like I don't want to be wasting money on things. And I want to try and save money each week or each paycheck. So it's just, they're real minor things. Like I have a little list of things this year that I either need to cancel or reduce on as far as like what I'm spending money on. And then I have a where I'm, you know, documenting if I'm saving money and how much I'm saving for the year. So they're small goals, but they make a big difference in the end. So I'm just using some thickers to spell out the word discipline, and these are just some black sparkly chipboard thickers. And of course you have to put some adhesive on the back of them because they don't stick. Trying to figure out what else I do on this page, and I think once I get those down, I think I put some more stars on, so there's a little bit more embellishing. I really like the way it looks though. I'm very happy with it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and add some more stars. I really want to use that sheet up. It's not good. The stars are breaking. They're kind of scratched off on the page, and even when I put them down, they don't rub off onto the page very well. I don't know if it's because they're older or if this was just a bad batch. I have no idea. I do kind of think I've had these for a long time. In fact, there's like 2 sentences on the top, and one of the sentences you can't read it all. It's missing half the words. And it's just from coming, I don't know if it's from taking it in and out of the packaging, I'm not sure. But it is not good. It needs to be used up. So here is the layout. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to document how I do this year, so I'm really thrilled about having it ready to go. Alright, that was the end of the layout. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!